Good morning, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan, and forgive me, I'm half awake this morning, but trying to get an early start. We're actually gonna go get the tractor, aka my 2008 Dodge Viper. Gonna get it aligned today, so that was kind of the last piece of the puzzle before I could really rip on her. But gonna be out there with, it's midweek, gonna be out there with all the folks fighting traffic to get to work. So early morning commute today. We got about an hour drive going to the only place I trust around the Raleigh area to align the Viper. They've worked on the Z before, hitting it with the track alignment and everything, but performance chassis out in Cary. So got about an hour drive this morning, and like I said, fighting traffic, that makes me a little nervous, but because this is probably, yeah, this is really kind of its like maiden voyage. I've never actually had it on the highway before, so little nervous just because there's so many people on the road, and y'all know how it goes, fighting traffic on the way to work in the morning. Just people aren't paying close attention and in a hurry, that kind of thing. So let's get on the road. Well, we're getting close. I couldn't film any on the way just because it's stop and go traffic. Got my leg workout in. This is, I see why people don't daily drive these, but little nerve-wracking, I don't know, never understood how you actually say that phrase, but either way, I was nervous driving over here just because there was so much traffic and people just drive crazy. I was dodging rocks coming out of the back of trucks and debris flying up in the road. It's just, I'll be happy when we get there, but we just stopped for gas. I'm gonna grab drinks and some snacks because I've got prepared for, I don't know how long this will take, so I've got my laptop and such, so that way I can get some editing done for you all, but use my time wisely. We're almost there, but it's hard to enjoy the car when all I can think about is please don't hit me because there's just so much traffic on the road. But we'll update when we get to performance chassis. Safely made it to Automotive Performance and Chassis. So this is my office for the day. So like I said, I'm gonna try to get some videos edited while I'm here, use my time wisely, but I said it'll take a little while just to, they're gonna double check, make sure that I told them I installed the coilovers myself, so I told them to kind of just double check over me and also do the alignment. So gonna set up camp and knock out some editing. Well, this is not the result I was hoping for today. The car is done, got it aligned and all that kind of stuff, and wasn't supposed to rain. It was like a 20% chance, and of course, true chaos fashion, that 20% chance finds us. So, and I'm actually filming this. I apologize if the camera quality is poor. Filming it on my phone because everything is, the humidity or whatever is fogging everything up, so my lens on my camera just won't unfog. But man, that's a bummer because I was really hoping this is gonna be the first time I was gonna be able to open the car up a little bit, but haven't really driven too many miles on the car itself, and definitely have not driven in the rain, so this is gonna be an experience to say the least getting it home. I know it's just a car and it'll be easy on it, that kind of thing, but it does make me a little nervous. So it's kind of, all the driving done today has been not ideal. Driving in morning rush hour commute traffic today, and then now on the drive home it's gonna be a wet one, so wish me luck. I've never been so happy to be back in the Chaos Garage in my life. So the car did good in the rain, but I was a nervous wreck just because I'm not familiar enough with the car. The journey today to the alignment shop, that's the most miles at one time that I've put on the car since I've owned it. So the whole plan and kind of goal for this video was, yeah, to go get it aligned and then get our first rips in, but definitely not doing that in the pouring rain. So I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. So we'll have to pick up another day where the sun will be shining and we can actually play with the car a little bit. We're back. As you can tell, the weather today is just gorgeous out, so I'm excited. We're going to meet up with a friend of mine who I met at a car show when I first picked up the Viper, and haven't seen him since. It was one of those things where I promised him, I was like, hey man, you know, let's link up. you got a Viper, I got a Viper. Let's make some dreams come true, and that's exactly what we're finally being able to do today. So I was the hang up. His car's been ready, he drives it all the time, but my car, I just wanted to make sure, like I said, we kind of wanted to look over the car, go through the fluids, get some new tires on there, so that way I just feel comfortable driving it around. So although our maiden voyage was a wet one, today is gonna be the real fun. So let's get going and go meet up with him. So we're heading to meet Josh now. And again, it's just so surreal to me that not only do I have a Viper, but I now have a Viper buddy. But I think the plan is to get some miles under my belt, because as of right now, I've just kind of driven the car like a grandma. We're gonna just be, car show hopping. So we're gonna cruise, meet up, cruise to a car show, check that out, and then kind of leave there, go to another car show. But in the meantime, in between, just play around with the car, learn just how she, like all the nuances of the car, because like I hear all these creaks and rattles and I don't know what's normal, and so it'll be interesting to talk to him just to see like what his car does versus what mine does. But I'm just glad it's a beautiful day. I hate that my car is dirty because it got rained on and I haven't had a chance to clean her up, but I'm just excited for the day. So we're gonna take y'all along and have some fun. Cruise over to our first spot, first car show, and I didn't want to immediately throw a camera in his face, but we'll introduce him to the vlog later on and have him kind of run through his car. But I'm gonna head over there now, so I'm just excited to mob around with another Viper. That was kind of my fault. We were real late to the party, so wasn't much going on there, but I'm gonna head to the second car show. This one lasts a little bit longer. So the first one was kind of more of like a morning meetup, cars and coffee type deal, whereas the second one goes on until the evening, so should have a lot more to see here. So we're just cruising over to the second one. is Josh. I've talked him up or whatever, gassed him up about his car, but he's actually, I'll let him give the rundown, but we're out here. This is car show number 2. We're kind of, I was kind of making this run late for the day, so we kind of missed out on the first one, but this one was jam-packed, had a bunch of cars, it was pretty eclectic. There was a good mix of some older stuff, newer stuff. Shockingly though, we ran into a buddy of his, said there was only 3 Dodges, ours included. So that's crazy to me because you see low cars everywhere, but at this show it was primarily Chevys, a bunch of old Fords, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But Mustangs, only 2 Vipers though. But yeah, Josh, your car.
We didn't even get in the show.
No, we didn't. We didn't get into
Gen 4, 2008, Venom Red, stop. Not
for
planning
now.
on doing anything.
I'm doing my best to push him to do stuff.
Not planning on doing anything, but one day I may. All I did was tint the windows. That's the only aftermarket deal I got going on here. But pretty much fun car, dream car. So
well, that's what we both have, kind of similar stories. So this was always from a kid, my dream car, and then Josh was telling your story, how you kind of got into it.
I got into it because when I was a kid, headed to DC, I was in the 5th grade, and a Viper GTS was riding beside me for about 20-30 minutes, and it's all I could see is the red Viper GTS. So I fell in love, man, and that got planted in my head, and then the Viper show came out. I just stalked it ever since.
Yep, it's one of those.
Until I could afford to buy one.
Yeah, I'm the type of person where if something gets in my head, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it come to fruition. Yep, exactly. So, like I said, it's kind of the same for both of us. This is like a childhood dream come true today. Surreal for me, much less having my own Viper, but then having a Viper buddy to cruise around with. Like it's wild.
Then
to me,
you know, all day we were riding out. He's riding behind me, and I'm like, man, there's a Viper back there, but I'm in my own Viper too. So I'm like, it's crazy.
Yep. So that's what I was telling him.
I'm in my Viper.
I was definitely. It's the best of both worlds because you get to drive one and get to look at one at the same time. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you'll be seeing more of Josh in the videos just because from here on out, anytime we're hitting car shows, stuff like that, we'll link up. It's just it's a crazy experience to have 2 Vipers on the road.
Yep, good.
What a day. I am on cloud 9. We had our first shakedown, and honestly, car scares me a little bit, so I really didn't even get into the throttle that much, but I didn't have to, honestly. Like, this is seriously childhood dreams come true. I mean, like, yeah, I've had the car for, I don't know, almost a year now, but this was really, I think I put close to maybe 150 miles in the car today or something. I don't even know. But every minute, every mile behind the wheel of this car just puts a smile on my face. Especially met up with Josh and his Viper, so they're both 2008s, and just seeing, we were cruising down the highway and stuff with him, and like just being behind the wheel of my Viper, seeing another Viper, I don't know, it just blew my mind. It's insane. Like, this is what dreams are made of. Like, I wasn't necessarily in a position when I bought the car, but the values on them keep rising, so like I'm just so glad I pulled the trigger. Like, today, I know I'm rambling, but that's how excited I am, just because this is what I dreamed about since I was a little kid, 5-year-old kid, like seeing a Viper for the first time. Like, I was enthralled with this car. I mean, obviously when I was a kid, the 4th gen 2008s and 2010s weren't out, but just the Viper in general, the concept of the car, the look, just the raw car itself, like I fell in love with it. And to be cruising around in one, and like I said, it was the best of both worlds. I'm sitting there looking out over the hood and seeing another Viper in front of me, like, oh my God, it's just the best feeling ever. So I really appreciate Josh and his wife for coming out, like, again, making childhood dreams come true. So if there's something in life that you're passionate about or really want, I mean, it took me a long time to obtain this car, but that was always a goal. I mean, like anybody in my circle of friends that you talk to, like, they'll tell you, you know, my dream car, what I always wanted was a Viper. And yeah, I've got some cool cars. We got the Z, the Camaros, the Mustangs and stuff, but like nothing compares to this car. I mean, it's everything I've ever dreamed of and more. So, and honestly, like I said, I was kind of scared to get in the throttle. I think I got it up to about 4,500, maybe 5,000 RPM. I think it's second gear. And I'm kind of a wuss, but I need to learn the car before I really get into it. So, but I just want to be transparent. That's how I feel, because I'm going from, I think, the highest horsepower car in the fleet, from the Viper, aside from the Viper, is maybe the Z or the Camaro. And I mean, they're right at 300 horsepower to the wheel. This is probably 500 to the wheel. So big jump, but so I definitely need some practice, but just learning the car, getting out, get some miles under my belt, just learning the nuances of it, learning the blind spots, and, you know, spatial awareness of the car itself, like where the hood is, where, like I said, the blind spots. I mean, just learning the car itself today was just amazing. But being out, perfect weather, perfect day, the car did phenomenal. I think I am gonna have to raise the rear. It pains me, but have to raise the rear just a little bit more, just because it keeps bottoming out. Like, I pulled rubber off of the fenders where it had rubbed the tire on the inside of the fender liner. So sucks about that, but I just don't want to ruin my fenders, and I definitely don't want to puncture a tire. So rather play it safe than sorry. Raise the car up a little bit more. But God, I'm just, like I said, I'm on cloud nine. I told Josh it felt like Christmas morning, where, you know, I've just been so excited for this to come. Drove the car around kind of like the unwrapping presents, and like, whew, I am wiped at this point. It's just been a wonderful day. Josh and his wife are amazing people. Like I say, we'll definitely be seeing a whole lot more of them on the channel. So he's got just as much passion for these cars as I do. So that was his childhood dream car as well. So we're both kind of living the dream right now. And I hope that inspires some of you all. If you set your mind to something, get out there, grind to do it, you know, make it happen. You only get, as cheesy as it sounds, and I don't want to get too mushy right now, but you only get one life, so live it up. Like days like today is what reminds me why I love cars, why I'm passionate about cars. I just enjoy, you know, they can be a pain in the butt. They break, they're mechanical, so I mean, they break, you fix them. And I know it's easy to get down sometimes, where it's like, man, it's gonna cost me how much money to fix this or that. But once you get behind the wheel, the smile that it puts on my face, like that just makes it all worth it. So cruising around, that's what I love. That's kind of what I'm passionate about. I love to do is build the car, get it looking good, riding good, you know, modifying it to my taste, and then getting out on the road and just enjoying it. And I apologize to you all, because I'm sure I didn't get nearly as much footage as I was hoping to get, but I was just, you know, sometimes you just gotta step back, live in the moment, enjoy it, soak it all in. And that's pretty much what I tried to do today, was just enjoy. It was just good vibes, good people, good time behind the wheel, amazing. My big message though is get out there, follow your dreams, whatever it might be, whether you're into cars or, I don't know, whatever it is you might be into. Go for your dreams, because the payoff is 100% worth it, I promise you. So I can die happy knowing that I've obtained my dream car. I mean, there's still a lot of things I would like to do with this car, so don't write me off just yet, but these are the days I really live for, and making memories like this. I'll stop rambling now, but I really appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.